Essex inserted after winning the toss, only for Grant Rurlofson and Chris Dent to give the visitors a bright start, this maximum getting Gloucestershire on the move. A slow wide ball from Paul Walter gave the Eagles their first wicket just before the end of the power play, Rurlofson on 29, feathering behind. The total read 61 for 1 after 6 overs, and that quickly became 64 for 2, Miles Hammond stumbling as he struck a reverse sweep to Tom Wesley. And the fight back continued as Dent on 33 perfectly picked out Wesley at long off Matt Critchley. Gloucestershire had stuttered to 80 for 3 at the halfway stage of their innings, and they were 4 down in the 11th over, with Ollie Price losing his leg bail to Walter. So Gloucestershire had to regroup, and that job was left to Ben Charlesworth and Jack Taylor, who helped their side to 121 for 4 with 5 overs to go. It was time to change gears, and Charlesworth did just that by hitting Critchley for back-to-back maximums in an over which went for 15. And the left-hander did it again in the next over as he smoked the ball into the distance to bring up an electrifying half-century of just 19 deliveries. 33 runs had been taken off 7 balls. So it was with much relief when Charlesworth was taken behind on 52, Gloucestershire up to 157 for 5 with 18 deliveries remaining. James Bracey hit a 6 and then holed out to Walter off Daniel Sams, who picked up a second wicket in similar fashion 2 balls later to remove Taylor for 26. That brought in the man mounting Marchant de Lange, who did what he does by blasting the ball over the rope twice in the penultimate over, the last 2 costing 30 runs as the visitors completed their 20 overs on 195 for 7. Essex then needed a quick start to their reply, and Feroz Koushi did just that. 11 runs were taken from the first over, and Koushi then dispatched de Lange's first ball long and high down on the ground. But at the other end, Adam Rossington was superbly held by Price to fall for 5 with 18 runs on the board. It was de Lange's last moment as he then pulled up injured. Charlesworth had to complete the over, and Robin Das made the most of that by striking the boundary boards twice. 26 runs removed from the target from a dramatic 2 overs. Das, in just his 6th T20 game, looked to the manner born as he smashed Danny Lamb over the rope. Whatever Das could do, Koushi could match it. This check drive, a gorgeous stroke which went the distance. And he took his side past 50 in the 4th over with another maximum, these 2 young players showing the exuberance of youth. Koushi fell for a rapid 34, an improvised shot off David Payne, plucked out the air by Zafar Gohar, the substitute fielder. Das made the most of some poor fielding again as he continued to play his shots. This one bringing up the 21-year-old's maiden T20 50, a fantastic moment for someone who just celebrated big runs against the touring Irish. His 50 had come off just 27 balls. With Das on song, the Eagles were starting to dominate. The 100 posted in only the 9th over. They were beginning to make light work of their target. But Critchley then holed out off Charlesworth after making 10, and so at the halfway point of the chase, Essex had reached 116 for 3, needing 83 more from the remaining 10 overs. Das was a delight to watch, mixing the sublime with the ridiculous as he threatened to get the match finished with time to spare. But looking for a 5th successive boundary, he for once mistimed a shot off Price and had to go for a head-turning 69, those runs occupying only 33 deliveries. He left with a run rate required at less than 8, and that allowed Wesley and Walters to bed in, the occasional boundary still keeping the Eagles ahead of the rate, with 50 now needed from 6 overs. But Walter was then bowled by Price to crank up the tension a tad. Tension that was quickly released as Sam struck his 4th ball for 6. 5 overs to go, and the Eagles were on 154 for 5, 42 left to find from 30 balls. Wesley then pommelled the returning Lamb over mid-wicket to put his side back on top, especially when he added a couple more fours off the next 3 deliveries. Now just 26 were required from 4 overs. There was only one winner now, Sam's making sure by flat batting Payne for another 6. Although he did fall next ball, his 15 runs made in a flash. It was a very well-timed run chase, made easier courtesy of Das's dalliance, even though it was finished with a bit of a whimper. Simon Harmer caught with 4 runs left to get off the final over. Essex needed just 1 ball of it, Wesley whipping the ball to the boundary to end unbeaten on 31, the hosts reaching their target with 5 balls to spare.